Hello everybody, today it is time to do the campaign for Spain. This is going to be the last video on this series, apart from the reviews that we're gonna do. One video for the battles, one video for the campaign. So let's get in on the Spanish campaign map. Well, welcome generals, welcome to the campaign map. Here we are, and today we're going to be analyzing Spain, of course. So let's start out. They have 4 cities. They start with 4 cities here in the Iberian Peninsula. 2 of them are tier 1, which is Osca and Carthagonova, though Carthagonova is ready to level up, and they have 2 tier 2 cities. Right here, Asturica, your capital, with 2,500 people, and Scalabis with just 2,200 people. And then, of course, I forgot to mention the amount of population that these 2 tier 1 cities have. 1,500 and 2,000 people ready to level up. It's nice to note that 3 of these cities have access to mines right off the get-go. Which one doesn't? I think it's Scalabis does not have mines, but all the others have. And Asturica and Scalabis can build a port city. Can build a port right off the gate, which is also very nice. So that means that early game you will be able to get 3 mines, 2 ports, and boost your economy like that, which you will need because you start with 3,000 denarii, and on normal tax rate you're only going to be making 482 denarii per turn. If you put it on very high on all cities, you're going to be making about 1,400 denarii per turn, which is pretty good. The problem with the Spanish, of course, is going to be their army, as we've seen in the battle tier list. And, they only have access to town militia on every single city. And here in Scalabis, they have access to the skirmishers. Both units are quite poor indeed. So you will need to level up your cities as soon as possible so that you can get some nicer infantry units and cavalry units. Now, we should talk about the temples right now. We have 4 temples. The temples are exactly the same as the Gallic temples, so we're gonna go for the Tutares. You have the public order bonus of 15%, like in every single one of those temples, but then they have 3 circles right here that are focused on the military. This one gives you light weapons +1, experience +2, experience +3, then missile weapons +3, which is all pretty good. And then we have the Circle of S's, which gives you law 15%, which is the important one, and they give access to the Naked Fanatics at tier 2 and the Bull Warriors at tier 3. So these temples are actually pretty good, and in my opinion you should probably rush the temple of S's instead of doing the barracks and the skirmishers building the archery range. The tactics are going to be fairly simple. I don't think there is a lot that the Spanish can do just because they have some poor economy and they have their empire separated in 2. And the thing you're going to do in the beginning here would be to just attack Numantia as soon as you can. And for this, you're probably going to need all of your armies, so just take everyone and everybody's gonna get there as soon as they can. You see, just like so. Alright, and everyone is going to Numantia, everyone is going to converge right there, so everybody's going to get there in 3 turns. So at turn 4 you're going to have your entire army at Numantia and you're going to attack them. Of course, that this means that you're going to be at war with the Gauls, but the Gauls can only get on your territory from 3 possible places, so you should with your spy be able to spot everything that comes from the Alps right there. Anyway, then you have to do something about Carthage, and I would advise you to have an alliance with Carthage. Of course that you could go for Carthage first, but I think that Carthage is more dangerous than the Gauls simply because they have a I would not say very powerful, but have a good base of power right there in Carthage, and they can send armies over the seas. Of course, that the AI is quite bad at landing, so in my opinion, your most immediate threat are going to be the Gauls. So the Gauls are going to be the ones you're going to want to wage war on, and that for me is that. And in the meantime, you can focus on your economy. So you have a couple of ports, you have some mines, you have some roads. So the thing I would do is I would build roads everywhere. I would then go for the ports, I would then go for the mines, and then I would start working on my temples to get my units ASAP. Oh, and of course, don't forget to just level up Carthago Nova because it's ready to level up. Look at that population growth, 2.5%. That's not terrible. So you focus on that city. Come on. Now, let's go for the good and the bad. So, in the good, of course, they have the Law Temple, which is very, very decent. And then the Law Temple also gives you the units. They have plenty of mines and ports to choose from, as we've seen in Asturias, Calabis, Osca. They get the perfect capital location for early game. Yes, that's true. We didn't really talk about this, but Numantia is the perfect capital location. I'm going to show you why. So our capital is currently Asturica, but here in Carthago Nova, if we take a look, we are losing 176 denarii just for 2 corruption alone, and here in Osca, we are losing about 100 denarii just to corruption alone. And every building we get, for example, we get the mines, we can actually take a look at how much that corruption will grow. It will grow by 18 denarii. So 18 of these 200 are going to be lost to corruption, which is not good at all. Alright, so what you have to do here, you get Numantia, and then the capital is going to be Numantia, and every single adjacent region will have no corruption due to this. So what you can do is you get Numantia, and then you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regions when you get Lemanum, and 7 regions when you get Cordoba that will have no corruption whatsoever, and that is going to be very, very good for your economy. So by taking Numantia, you're actually making more money in Carthago Nova and Osca, which is perfect. That's why this is one of the good things of them. They can have a lot of settlements under the influence of their capital, which is pretty good. Then their best unit can be found in a temple. And why is this good? Temples are cheaper to go through, and they're faster to build. Again, you don't need an archery range. You don't need the barracks. You just need the Temple of Essus and the cavalry stables so that you can get some cavalry and some infantry, because your missiles are also quite poor. So what you can do here in Spain, you can have access to the Balearic slingers, and you can just get Balearic slingers, and if you have the temple for the +3 missile weapons, you can just put them on that city and retrain them to get that bonus. That's what you should do with the Spanish, in my opinion. Then we go for the bad. On the bad, of course, first off, we have a very weak roster. The Spanish roster is quite weak. They take time to unlock the Bull Warriors. Of course, to get to Tier 3 city, that's when the Bull Warriors show up. The biggest city is Asturica. They have 2,500 people. So you still need 3,500 people to get over there to the 6,000. And we only have 1% population growth. So you're going to have to build maybe a trader for that population growth bonus, and maybe the farms for that food production. And the problem with that is in the late game, you're probably going to have problems with public order here if you do build the farms. But that, in my opinion, would be your best choice. Of course, that you have Carthago Nova right here with 2,000 population growing at 2.5% rate. This is very good as well. If you get the trader, that would go for 3%. If you get, you can go then for the next markets and stuff like that. And that would probably help your population growth. So maybe one of these cities would be the one. Maybe Numantia will be the one. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be, but it will take you quite a few turns to get and unlock the Bull Warriors, which is you're just going to be your main infantry unit, really, because you don't have any other viable main backbone army type units. All right, then you can only go up to 40% public order bonus. Of course, if you see the Temple of Essus gives you 15% public order, gives you 15% due to law. Let me just go and take a look at it. Exactly. So that's 30% public order. And then you have the Bardic Circle with 10% public order bonus due to happiness. And that goes for your 40% public order bonus. Of course, that it's not a match for any civilized factions, at least 60% public order bonus due to happiness or law, whatever it is. So you're going to have some troubles with public order in the late game for sure. Your cities only go up to tier 3, so you're going to have a lot of squalor issues as well in your towns, which further puts more fire to burn right there. And then you have lots of public order issues in the late game due to these two things that we just spoke about. You're not going to have maybe a lot of corruption just because you can get those 15% due to law, even though that's not amazing. For example, Carthage gets that building that gives them 30% due to law. So that's pretty good. Anyway, guys, this was it. This is the bad for Spain. So, what is the tier for these guys? In my opinion, guys, they they do get a pretty low tier. And I'm going to tell you right now. It's the D tier, guys. For me, it is the D tier. I'm so sorry about that, but it had to be. D tier for Spain. It pains me because these are the Celtiberians, so it pains me a little bit because I am from Portugal. But it is what it is. I have to be as objective as I can, and they are the D tier. Why? Look, I think their good things just cannot make up for the fact that their army is so weak. And once you get here to Rome, once you get to the mid game against Carthage, you're gonna have such a lot of troubles. And the problem is, how fast can you get to the 6,000 population so you can finally unlock the bull warriors? You know, how long will it take for that? It will take a while. So guys, this was it. This was the tier list, and the next video on the tier list is gonna be, we're gonna be reviewing all of the factions in one single video, and I'm gonna be, telling you guys if I changed my mind on any, and it's just gonna be a sum up of everything. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much.